guys, in this lesson we're going to learn about row. So as you can see, I have here my Dart file, row underscore sample.dart, because we are using the snake case for our um, Dart file name. Now I already made a status widget and I named my class as row sample. Now we are using here the Pascal casing, capitalized first letter of every word. So I already have here a scaffold. So as you can see on my emulator, I have a scaffold. What we're going to do is we'll just try to add first an up bar. So we have here an up bar property, and then we are going to type again the up bar widget. Then inside the parentheses of the up bar widget, I'm gonna make a title. Then I'm gonna use a text widget. Now the title would be row sample. Let's save it. Now as you can see, I have here the app bar that has a title row sample. Now as you can see, here is a blue line, zigzag line. You can remove that by placing const. Means this text row sample is not changing every time, so you can try to use const to remove the blue zigzag line. Now after that, we can inside our scaffold we can have the property of body, and in body we can use the row widget. I have here the row widget. Now the purpose of the row widget is we can place multiple widgets in an horizontal line. That's the purpose of the row widget. So how are we going to do that is we have to type first the property of the row widget, which is children. Then I have here, it has a square brackets. You will place your widgets inside the square brackets. That means we can add multiple widgets if a widget has a property of children. But if it has a property of child, you can only add one widget under that widget. So we'll just move the closing square bracket below. And in here, we can type here, for example, we want to place a container. So we're going to use a container widget here. Don't forget to place a comma after every widget. So inside the parentheses of the container widget, we can specify our height. Let's say 100. And then the width, let's say 100 again. Then we'll try to add a color. So color property, and then use the color widget. Let's say I want to add let's say amber. So we'll try to save that. Now you will have here your first container on your row. Well, let's add another one. To make it fast, let's just copy this widget. After every widget, you can place a comma, and then you can paste the widget here. As long as they are inside the square bracket. So let's paste here. Then let's try to change the color to pink. Save it. Now you have here your second container. Let's add another container, and let's try to color it blue. Save it. Now you have here your third container. Now a row has a property of main axis alignment. Now the main axis alignment for row is the horizontal line. It also has a property of cross axis alignment, which is a vertical line. So this is opposite to column. Column has a main axis alignment on a vertical line, and the cross axis alignment is horizontal line. So let's try here main axis alignment. Let's set the containers to center. Then let's save it. Now you have here containers on the center. If you want to change that, you can it has different properties like space evenly. Save it. It will try to add spaces evenly to each containers. So that is how you are going to um, use the row widget. Now, if you want to add, for example, you want to add an icon or a text inside a container. Now, a container widget has a property of child. You cannot add a widget under the container widget unless you use the child property. So after you add the child property, you can type here the widget you want to add, say icon, and then let's say Android. Let's just add cons because we're not going to change the icon to remove the blue line, zigzag line. Now let's save it. Now you have the icon here. Let's add an icon also to the other containers. Let's say here add, and the other one, let's say here you're going to add a remove icon. Now you have here icons inside your containers. Now if you want to add a text inside the container, we added an icon. Now it has a child property, so we cannot add another widget to that. Like for example, text widget, no, doesn't work. How are you going to do that? You can do that by wrapping your icon widget with, again, a row widget. But a row, it goes to in a horizontal. So let's try to wrap this icon widget with a row widget. So we have here the child of the container widget is the row widget. Now let's try to add a text widget. Okay, let's try see a Android. Okay, let's text widget Android. Let's try to save it. Now you have here the Android. So let's try to make it center. So let's add the row is the main axis alignment, center, save it. Okay, now it's on the center. That is how you add um, widgets, multiple widgets inside a container. So you can add a row inside a row. This is how you're going to do it. So that's it for the row. I hope to see you again in my next videos.